Okay. Hey everybody, this is Zack Rosen from The New Gay. I'm back with Swilley from the Black Lips.
What's up, y'all?
Jared, how are you doing this time?
I'm doing great. I'm a little hoarse, as you can tell, because this is the 27 years of my life I've been allergy-free, and this year it got me.
Because you're in DC.
Well, in Atlanta, it started, and I didn't know what was going on, because I didn't know what allergies were. And
Yeah.
I started complaining to people, and they told me I had it, so.
Well, it's obviously God's punishment. It's a very religious interview. We're going to do kind of a serious interview today, which is why I have my water instead of a beer. For those of you who didn't know this, Jared's dad was a pastor at a non-denominational megachurch, and he recently came out. And I actually sat down and listened to the whole sermon today, and it was actually very impressive. This interview aside, anyone that wants an example of how religion and gay folks can actually not be at ends should listen to this. So just how has the whole thing been? I mean, if my dad came out, I wouldn't have to have it in the news for 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually been it's been a really great thing for him and for the whole family, because he gets to be himself now, and he's not, hiding it all. And, we've actually become a lot closer during this, because there was obviously he had to be real. I think because his main concern wasn't the church and what he would his living and all that. It was his main concern, he said, was like me and my 3 other siblings. And it brought us together, it sounds kind of sappy, but yeah, it was a really close time for our family, and it's just been great.
It must have helped him that you guys are such a gay-friendly band. Does he know your reputation going in?
Oh yeah, he used to. It's funny, because I think one time he got mad at me when I was probably like 18 or 19, because he started. An article came out in the local Atlanta newspaper, and we had the music section, he had the religion section, and in our article, this never happened, but somehow the journalist said that one time Cole gave me head on stage, or vice versa, something like that. And
I would have.
Obviously, everyone in the church saw it, so he was bummed about that, and he actually asked me if I was gay back then. He was mad at me about that, but yeah, he knew all the stuff we do, and that we had done, and he likes the music. He comes to see us play, but sometimes it would bum him out, like some of the stuff you'd read on the internet, some of the more extreme stuff.
Yeah, but touring bands and religion probably don't go hand in hand very often.
Yeah, not too much, unless you're like DC Talk. Right,
Jars of Clay, which you're not. And what is it like to be? Usually, one of these things happens. Usually, the bishop gets outed because they did something. They preach anti-gay for their whole lives, and they get caught in the backseat of the car, the 15-year-old boy. And this was probably the most dignified religious outing I've ever seen. What has it been like to watch that from the center of it versus just in the news?
Well, I was immensely proud of him and happy for him, but I was really happy. He's a very honest man with a lot of integrity. He was, faithful to his second wife and my mother. For his whole life, and he had never had a scandal or anything. It was just, I think he just felt it was time for him to come out and do it. And he's over the years he's gotten more and more liberal. The older he gets, and it was just kind of like a gradual thing. A few years ago, he started preaching his inclusionist theology, where he doesn't believe God sends anyone to hell, and I agree with that. Because that's ridiculous. It was just the right time. I'm glad it wasn't about a scandal. No one could say anything bad about me. This is who I am. I didn't do anything wrong. I've got 4 kids. I've been married I think they were married 17 years. They're still very close. I mean, it was funny, like Thanksgiving and Christmas this year, it was my dad and his boyfriend sitting next to my stepmom and her new boyfriend, and my grandparents were there, and all my sisters and brothers.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, your dad's speech I was listening to today was the first time I've ever heard someone give a religious speech that didn't make me think religion sucked, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just, even before he started getting himself being gay, it was just a very, very inclusive speech.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I'm kind of on the fence about religion, but the way he does it really is the only way I've ever seen it that hasn't completely offended me or turned me off.
Yeah. So. You're on the fence which way? Non-religious or?
Yeah, non-religious or religious.
Yeah.
I'm kind of,
Which way do you lean?
Probably, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of agnostic a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess it's in a certain way I could believe, like maybe in a higher power or something like that. But the Bible's weird to me, and I think it's not really my thing.
Yeah, because people pick and choose from it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem with it.
Yeah, I also should register now that, well, your dad was defrocked, mentioned, and
he lost his title of bishop.
Anyone else affected in the immediate family?
I believe my grandfather was asked to step down from his position in his, because he was part of a denomination, because they wanted him to kind of publicly distance himself from my dad, and that would be pretty hard because my grandparents both live in my dad's backyard. So.
Right. Yeah, I heard that in his sermons, the one I was listening to today. Do you mind if I go on the record saying the people that did that can go fuck themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, they can go fuck themselves. Your dad's kind of a hero, I think. Was the album you just put out finished at the time of all this happening?
It was in the middle of recording it. I was actually in Berlin on tour, and he called and told me, and I could tell he was nervous to tell me, but I mean, it never bothered me at all. I was just happy that he's happy.
Did it affect the album at all?
No, I don't think
There's
so.
not a song called "My Dad is a Preacher" that came out.
That's
not your single.
No, I try to keep that separate. But while we were in the studios, and he was getting a lot of publicity, so I remember seeing him like on CNN, like Joy Behar's show while we were in there, and that was, it was cool. It was kind of surreal seeing my dad interviewed by the lady that's on The View.
Right. Was he on The View?
No.
No, she has her own show.
Yeah, she has her own show on one of those news networks with all their graphics on the TV.
I was gonna say, seeing my dad on The View would make me have a heart attack.
Yeah, that would be really.
That would not happen. And have you seen any, for yourself, the band, has there been any effect you've been having in the religious community? Like, has anyone, because I wouldn't call you guys a Christian band, but I wonder if you've been embraced or.
No, I don't. No, I haven't noticed any of that. Definitely, like, gay kids that have come to our shows have like always come up and be like, "Oh, your dad's badass."
Your dad is badass.
So that's happened quite a bit, and like people in Atlanta and stuff, because when I see people around, I think it touched like a lot of people, and I just thought it was really cool. I thought it was really good timing. Like, who's that guy who was Bush's like preacher guy, and he got caught with the meth and the
Huey Long, or how? No, not Huey Long.
No, that's Eddie Long.
Long,
this guy was the white guy, huge church.
Oh, Ted Haggard.
Ted Haggard.
That's how you don't do what your dad did.
Yeah,
That's
he's just like, it's just like the worst thing ever. It's like, this guy did it, and then the worst thing about it is that he came back and said he was cured, and that was like, that was really bad, and that guy, kind of a coward. I mean, he's such a scumbag and a coward anyways, that guy.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited to talk to you. So it's not like your dad got caught doing something bad, because that would be an awkward conversation for us.
And he never preached anything against homosexuals either. Like, Eddie Long marched with one of Martin Luther King's daughters, like an anti-gay march in Atlanta that they held, and they marched down Auburn Avenue, which was like the cradle of the civil rights movement. So I thought that was just
fucked up.
Yeah, really fucked up. It's like a way to set us back a few decades.
Yeah, everybody, seriously. Anything else anything else you want to say about your dad or about the band? Jared does have a new album out.
Yeah, we got a new album out, June 7th, Arabia Mountain. It's awesome. We got a new video up for it. It's on the internet, like a bunch of places. There's this thing called Google, like a Google thing, and you search for it, and you can find it. New album. We're gonna be in a lot of cities for the next few months, so 3 or 4 continents. So, yeah.
Cool. Cheers to you, and definitely cheers to your dad. We all appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.